going to go down into that bush. Yorick is hanging around. And what's he gone with? Meki Pendant off the start. I didn't catch his build the last game, but I'm kind of sure it wasn't Meki Pendant.
Yes, because he's building towards the Manamune early on. So I think
True, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it went Manamune first. So I
uh,
obviously just missed that earlier on in the last ones. And double trap down from Caitlyn, and not really a lot going on. We saw some big invasion in the first one. Actually, Ferrano there just taking the damage from that trap. He'll probably get rid of the other one as well. Just wanting to avoid the good old dark binding. Leona takes the damage from that. And they just stacked up in middle, and I think they're just going to head off to a comfortable early lane phase.
yeah, so we saw a fairly bit of passive bit of play to start with last time around, so I guess we could easily have that again. So let's give you a quick lineup. Up the top for Lleague. Lleague playing as the blue team on your screen down the bottom half of the map. It is going to be Nico D on... or Nico D, Nicode, we're not too sure. It is going to be on Udyr. 2 times down the bottom, it's going to be on Caitlyn with Ravenous in support on Soraka. Bacton will be in the jungle on Nocturne, and Luftwaffe will be in the mid, or reassuming in the mid with Morgana. He has got teleport, so he could be switching to top. We don't know how that's going to work out. The mid would make sense though. Over on CU we have Firano up the top there. He is going to be on Yorick. Down in the middle it is going to be Bjergsen on Xerath. Played very well so far. In the jungle you can see Deficio. He is on Skarner. And down the bottom it is going to be Pilat. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that one. It's Pilat maybe. I don't know. And winner on Leona. So Pilat on Ashe. So very even stuff to start with. Going to be very slow, passive farming. I don't expect to see any crazy ganks to start with for the first few levels, so we'll get ourselves to get a feel between each other. Firano actually, as I was going to say, I was stood still. I was a little worried he was disconnected at the top there, but he's back to farming. So we'll see how the farming goes. They were actually fairly even down the bottom, weren't they? 2 times, and Filat to start with. Filat actually had a little bit delay. They have to play quite passive this pair down the bottom because obviously Leona can't heal, which you can see Ravenous throwing them bananas to winner.
The bananas, awesome. They really need to make some crazy skin with Soraka.
Yeah.
With like real bananas. But yeah, we're going to see them pushing in there. A bit of damage done onto Pilat, and 3 traps down there early on in the lane. 2 times wanting to control the flow around there. Skarner's actually making his way over now that he has red and blue buff. He's up to level 4. Udyr is still level 3. This could actually work out pretty decently. I mean, Nikod is on half HP. We're not seeing Ferrano showing any signs that he's going forward there. I just want to check bottom lane. No, it seems to be all fine down there. And we are going to see now the push coming through. Skarner back up to full HP, and actually flash used there by Nico to use the exhaust as well. So both summoner spells burnt very, very early on there for Nikod. And, well, no kill in that gang, but on paper it's a successful one.
Yeah, Caitlyn down the bottom also putting a Piltover Peacemaker over to Pilot there, so he's taking him quite low health, so Caitlyn's still using that Piltover to really edge the difficulty out. Luftwaffe very low down the bottom. Backlund is going to come back and catch the backside of Deficio. Deficio actually missing there. Flash from Bjergsen. That's going to go towards Backlund. Possibly first blood coming out here. Has got the Morgana binding shield up, but is going to get taken down. Black Shield was not going to save him. And it was actually Skarner that picked up first blood. It would have been better if Xerath would have got it, but I don't think they're going to be too upset about that. They were actually setting up for Luftwaffe, who was low. Looking back down towards the bottom, winner is pretty low as well. Does take a bit of spray. Still pulls over Peacemaker, actually just going out of range onto winner there. But Nico has been forced to tower on the top there. So first blood predictably going to CU, and they are looking strong again.
Yeah, and winner needs to play this one real defensive. Obviously, that ridiculous range of Caitlyn. I don't think they touched her range, right?
No, it's just toned it down a touch.
Yeah. So, you know, winner still has to be very careful there of those Piltovers coming flying over. They're actually catching Pilat. And now we are going to see some damage put out here from 2 times onto that turret. So, now nice early pressure in that lane, which, as we mentioned, in the last game was very, very even almost throughout. At the moment, 17 to 33. Caitlyn got a nice early bit of extra CS from that one. That's the headshot. Just moving up. Here comes Skarner though, yeah, and that's a nice net away from Caitlyn to try and get out of position, but they're going to dive in onto the Soraka, and surely this is a dead Soraka, getting those heals off. She's got Summoner Spell heal as well, don't forget, but the damage is there, and there is the kill. It comes for Deficio. Again, Winner needs to get the absolute hell away from here, as actually they go to proc the fear in. Winner is going to go down, not quite, manages to shield up and still alive, but Deficio is going to die from this one. Backlander is super low and will be finished off there. And now in comes Xerath, and look at the damage. Amazing damage there. And now, what a fast kill onto Caitlyn. He's even managing to knock a few shots off onto Luftwaffe on the way out. And that went... I mean, they lost Skarner in amongst that, who's, you know, 2-1-0. Sorry, 3-1-1 now. And, well, they've lost him. Who cares? They're 4-1 up now. That's just great work from them. I can't quite believe that Winner even survived that long, to be honest. Oh, that's bad news. That's very bad news. And used the ulti there to finish off the kill. Tried to flash out, did Ash. But Luftwaffe at least bringing something back from that situation. He's now 2-0-0, so it's not all bad up to this point. They're 2 kills behind, but... You know, 2 kills at this stage of the game, not so bad. Nico is doing a good job, by the way, with Udia up at top. He's managed to force Virano to go home. But we'll see now, you know, what they've got. Udia around about 1,200 gold to the 304. Yeah, he's in the process of buying their Yorick. Got himself the Tear of the Goddess boots and also a couple of pots plus a ward.
Yeah, Bjergsen just dodging out the way of the Dark Bindings and putting a little bit more damage over towards Luftwaffe. Has just caught him going up. Looking towards Skarner at the moment. Skarner going up towards the top there, trying to catch down Nico. Nifirano has just returned from the from buying, misses out on the stun again there. Nifirano just puts a bit of it. He's actually levelling up Famine and Pestilence. I know, just completely missed that one, Joe.
Bjergsen from like ridiculous range with Xerath. That's one thing, you know, is just completely insane with Xerath. He's behind the turret. Xerath's like, yeah, like past the wall in that middle place, and he's just spamming and hitting everything there. That was kind of ridiculous. We are going to see this blue buff being stole away by Deficio, and they've started off brilliantly against CU. Obviously, something that we didn't quite know, maybe we should have, that Bjergsen transferred from the L-League team over to CU, and he's had a massive impact on these games, Deman, on this final day, on this monthly final, to be honest. He's been outstanding so far, at least, in the games that we've seen him.
He has, and they've not really tried to counterban him since they know probably what he's going to be playing. Firano on Nico just beating back and forth again, but he has played fantastically actually throughout the day. Why he was teleporting out, he was baiting out the Dark Binding, I'm not too sure. He has got red and blue, so there's no reason he's going to go back. He is just going to stick around. He's got how much gold on him? 1,600 gold, so enough for an easy large rod if he would wish to go that way. Let's have a look down towards the bottom. 34 to 50 CS actually for Caitlyn. So Caitlyn got quite a lead on the CS down the bottom there at the moment. We'll keep our eyes on that one. Also, Udia's been doing a pretty good job at the top there with keeping Firano in check. Is very even on CS at the moment. Is going to go back and buy himself. First time back in next year, he's not going to let him. Firano just comes back just to bait him that little bit longer. There is 3 down the bottom trying to gank up towards 2 times. Will Nocturne come back in towards Pilat there? It will be a teleport from Luftwaffe. Ulti pops. That's going to go straight towards Pilat. It will proc off. It is Pilat he's going for. Puts the bindings down. That's going to be Deficio going down. Pilat surely going to go down as well 2 times. Picks up a double kill. Actually nicely weighted as well. Luftwaffe could easily have stole that kill. Actually just let the snipe shot come in there. And Bjergsen now coming up trying to pick off Luftwaffe. Luftwaffe to use that black shield. Bjergsen coming around going to try and get a snipe on towards 2 times. Charges himself up but doesn't get a chance to use it. And then Nico's still yet to go back up the top there.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to see Firano just putting out constant... Oh, that was a mistake. Not running out of the tower range. And, yeah, Nico there just shielding up to finish off those creeps. You've actually got Leona and Xerath in this bottom lane now, and that's one thing that separates these two setups, Deman. That 2 times was super low, and now he was almost at full HP before that attack by Bjergsen. And Leona just can't offer that sustainability to the bottom lane from CU. Actually, they've done great in this bottom lane, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but yeah, it could be an advantage moving forward here as Piat finally gets himself back in lane.
Yeah, and well, obviously it pulled them back on the kills as well. The 2 times is doing a pretty good job. He must have a chunk of gold. Yeah, 1570, so he's nearly got a BF sword worth of gold there. Whether he's going to go for that or more double Doran stacking, I'm not too sure. It has been kind of like the way that people go straight for the BF swords of late.
Yeah.
Winner just having a peek. He's got that purple ward in there. Yeah, you can see that ward being placed at the back there. He's just going to clear that one straight out at the dragon. Luftwaffe sat in the bush at the top, yet there's no one there. So he's just going to go back and farm. He's just caught a glimpse of Yorick in the mid. So they are positioning themselves. He needs to move himself. They're positioning for the dragon here.
Yeah, this is definitely a dragon position. We saw it in the last game as well. When Ferrano came down, they went straight in for that dragon push. They've cleared the wards out there as well, as that damage is coming in. I can't quite see the dragon's health in and amongst all that, and I can't click on him. Okay, there it is. So it is taken by CU. They've not taken too much damage in the process, and they're going to get themselves away safely. Blue is available, and it looks like Seraph is going to be the one to go for that one. Nikod just placing down an offensive ward over on that side of the river. But, you know, losing out on a couple of kills there recently, CU, but they've got that dragon which brings them right back in, and actually they've got that lead.
Yeah, they've gone split target down the bottom there. That was a little foolish. One went for Diffusia, one went for Bjergsen. Probably got to go for Bjergsen. He was a lot more squishy, but CU covered that one easily, and I think Ash actually used his arrow in there as well, just to cover them off. So, 2 times yet to go by. Has got himself up to 1900 gold. Really, he's obviously saving up for something. I'm not sure what. He's gone past 2k. As long as he doesn't sit on 4k, I don't mind. There you go. So he's going back to buy. It's what you got to do. You're harming yourself not going back to buy when you have that much gold sat on you, because obviously the damage you could put out should things happen, just like we saw in the other match. You're really harming yourself and harming your team. But obviously, it's nice to stay there and keep farming if you're getting free farm. So Firano clearing out a big wave at the top there, and he's going to put a bit of pressure on that turret. Idir just coming up to have to clear that out, but he's not going to stop him. Oh, he has actually just backed straight away. I think he could have probably got another swing or two with his axe before he goes, but Firano currently has leveled up 4 Pestilence and 5 Famine. Looking towards Zerath. Zerath, I wouldn't be surprised yet. I can never pronounce that. Acrano Pulse. That's the. I'm sure you can say as one word, as like a full word. I'm sure that's why they put it there, to say it all as one. Just watching his where he's actually going at the moment. Zerath. He's in the jungle and gone a little bit of invade. Lots of pinging going on for the blue. And 2 times, I think, needs to just stick to this tower. Yeah, you can see that Zerath now coming around the backside. Golems are up. Don't think he's interested in golems though. He's got an easily large rod. He's going to come round. Can he charge himself up? Yes, he will do. He's anchored. He's going to get that shot across. Does manage to put the ulti across. Lots of damage onto 2 times. Unfortunately, the Ash Arrow aimed towards the turret and he went up north. And that's going to be followed on now up the top there. It is going to be on towards Ferrano. He is on the tower, but I think he's going to be able to survive out of this one. He will get taken down, and a flash used as well. Back down towards the bottom. Bjergsen coming back around. He wants another sniff back at 2 times. Can he anchor himself? Doesn't really have any vision. The rest of his team. He's just actually picked off Ravenos there. But didn't manage to get anything from it, and that's going to be a 4-man push on the bottom tower. So, top tower for bottom tower, trade-off between the 2 teams.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Scoreline now back to 5-5, and yeah, the gold now is a little bit different after that turret came in. We're on about 1,000 difference. We could see a team fight kicking off here. Luftwaffe is actually moving in. Oh yeah, and there's a pink ward in there. I didn't spot the ward.
Top still being pushed.
Pushing constantly through there. Teleport actually used by... Oh, he's going to get the kill here. Yeah, nicely done by Ferrano. He's teleported in there, done a ton of damage, got the kill thanks to the turret, actually. But that's the danger if you overextend yourself on that push. And look, Ferrano is fancying himself here. He's got that Mana Moon built up now, which means he can continue to push and push and push onto Nico, who's just spamming shields to get away from this one. Slowed down completely. Obviously, that turret is still alive for Lleague, and Ferrano decides to give it up from that point on.
So very nice play, back and forth, but much more even as well this one. Still 6-5, only 1,000 difference, 15 minutes gone, despite the fact the dragon was taken with relative ease. And I actually have been told there is a little marker for dragons now, but I can't see anything.
There is.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I've got to be honest. I think it was probably something that MRG probably had an overlay. I think that's probably what people were seeing. You know, like the sneaky overlays that IEM also put on there. Sometimes you'll see them, there'll be a score here and a here. Obviously, people watching the YouTube channel will see that. People watching ESL TV won't see my mouse movement.
I'm waving my mouse.
You're waving it where they are, yeah. The two score points. That's actually a video overlay. A very clever one at that. And obviously, now you're also seeing down the bottom right at the moment of the map. They are diving towards Ravenos, but that's going to be there's a Nocturne coming diving in towards Pilat. Has flashed out to that Fear proc. And Winner also using his flash, but they're both going to escape this one. So Summoner spells used to good effect. They are never wasted when they save a life. So Firano up the top, continuing to harass. I think he's maybe starting to feel a little bit more confident against Nico. You can see the damage is starting to burst down him. Once that turtle shield wears out, he's starting to actually make an effect. He has got that money moon like you mentioned, so he's pretty much with the blue buff as well. Can constantly spam those omens, which is exactly what he's doing. He has drawn 2 tower shots though, so you don't want to do that. Bottom tower is going to be pushed a little more. They have taken it, obviously the main one, but the inner one, and they're just continuing to farm down here despite the fact they've already took it, which is causing League's problems. It's not freeing them up. Top tower is a dive though. They've just dived. Divicio gone straight in towards Nico. It is Firano taking the damage, has ghosted himself, did make good use of his ghost, started walking backwards. There is a teleport coming in. I think it's going to be Morgana. Will get in there. Firano's trying to make a run for it. Can he catch him with the dark bindings? No, he will not. Where has Skarner gone? He's gone down to Backland. So good cover there. Bjergsen sniffing around. Look at that. He still wants a piece of Nico.
Man, bear, pig,
top.
Oh, Firano just manages to dodge the dark binding. Yeah, and Luftwaffe knows the, what, I guess 8-second cool? No, 11-second cooldown almost on that at the moment. And Bjergsen just going to move his way back in towards that middle. 2 times, and Ravnos did come up. And I think, you know, that last attack on bottom, I think people are forgetting about the whole heal thing going on.
Yes.
You know, once you play past like level 10 before, you didn't really see it. Here we go, there's a big fight going on, and Bjergsen gonna get the kill to put him onto a killing spree, which means 3-0-1. And again, Deman, that AP carry in the middle for CU is looking formidable. Firano there just trying to kite Nico away while the rest of his team were doing the damage onto Dragon. They need to be careful here that Luftwaffe doesn't get in position and get his ulti off. Actually, his ulti is ready, so that could prove to be very, very dangerous. There's more damage coming out from Bjergsen. Flash comes in from Luftwaffe. This is going to proc at least 2 of them. Yeah, Winner's a dead man. Bjergsen can't be too far behind here either. But Pilat, Ash is doing all the damage. It's all about Ash here doing ridiculous damage in and amongst all this one. Nico is surely going to be chased. I say surely, man, bear, pigs, nothing's ever sure with this guy. And he gets away with that turtle shield on.
And Bjergsen survived.
Pilat at the side there with Ash, he's lost about 1/3 of his HP, and he did so much damage in that fight. He was constantly spraying. Amazing from Pilat, or possibly a little bit of a short-sighted move from League, not locking down that Ash early enough.
Yeah, they went for Xerath, and then Caitlyn just got took down and nobody could get near him suddenly, and Xerath on 39 hit points just stayed at the back and then managed to pick up a kill or 2 as well. So yeah, very nicely done. So a double kill also from Firano there. So again, Yorick starting to pick up those kills, 3-1-1. So no surprise there. We've seen him playing fantastically well, but yeah, like you mentioned, Ash just beating away at them in the side. And that's really how you should be doing it as an AD carry. He's actually just stood there down the bottom at the moment. I'm not too sure if he's disconnected or what. It's just a little concerning. No, now he's moving. Maybe he's just having a chat, you know, just chilling, maxing, relaxing, shooting up people inside my hood. I can't remember the rest of it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, in case anyone's wondering. Anyway, so mega lag spike. That's probably why he was just stood there. 10-7 the score. Yeah, you can see a few of them actually. Nico stood there as well. We're not getting lag. You know, we're from the west, as it were.
It may be due to the fact we're on spectator mode, and
yes,
because of the delay, it doesn't quite register it or something like that. Which is a smart function if that's really there.
We have that speedy moment though, don't we? But that's the bottom turret just been taken down by Caitlyn, and they are fixing to have a go at this middle. You can see that Winner and Deficio around there. Nocturne has popped his ulti though, diving in towards Bjergsen in the middle though. He's got his support coming in. He will get taken down in time. I'm not too sure Skarner's going to be able to do anything about this. Ash Arrow landing nicely onto Ross Ravanos there. Actually going to buy time. Deficio is going to try and ulti his way out of there. Ash comes in. Ash needs to now back out of there. Nico is feeling confident. Look at this. Can he get the stun down on him? No, I don't think he can. Actually, flash from Bjerg Backlund there, trying to get the fear proc, but it's not going to be enough. And Nico is just going to back away from that one. Or is he? Turns around, gets the stun on towards Winner. The rest of his team are coming in to support him. Luftwaffe thought about it for a moment there, but will back away. And Nico will back off because Pirano is coming. Pirano will he manage? Yeah, Rubavu. But many people that are not from England will have absolutely no idea of the reference in that, but it is Vic Reeves if you're watching that one. So it's actually even things back up again. 10-9. The gold is still within, within inside 2,000 gold. Well, just over 1k. In fact, it's still very much even. Lleague have to be careful though, because that all led from Xerath being caught out, but he was a little unlucky because he had two members of his team in the bushes just above. They just didn't notice it in time. Yeah, they came too late into that one. I guess a little bit of a miscommunication, which, this team is only a week old in its current form. So those kind of things are going to happen while they get themselves all perfected. The thing that worries me from Lleague's side of things is their kills are spread so evenly amongst the team. Whereas if you look over on the other side, Xerath 412, Yorick 311, they're the two that are really going to be doing a ton of damage. Ash, okay, 027. Oh, this is going to be bad for Winner. And he's going to go down. There's no way that he's going to survive this one. Ash actually threw the arrow out. Oh, Bjergsen's going to get caught again. A trap underneath him. There goes a Peacemaker. And he is dead. Caught out again. And they're gonna I think they're going to go for Xerath shouldn't have come. Xerath should have been away from there completely after that kill happened. We are going to see this ward being placed inside of the Baron. Question now, are they going to go for the steal? Can they pull that off? Yeah, they're just trying to keep vision of it. That's why he keeps trying to throw it there so they can get the steal. Try and go for it. They tried with the volley, didn't quite happen. And Lleague turning things around here, picking up the Baron, very nicely done. But again, it was like you say, it was all about being caught out again. And Nico actually starting to come into his own here on Udyr, and he has been leading the charge for the rest of the team to just get behind him. Caitlyn starting to get a big chunk of damage. He has got that Infinity Edge now, of course, and they are wisely going to go and spend the gold. Let's have a look at what they've got. Yeah, there's a couple of them, 1,600 gold on Soraka, in fact, 2,500 on Udyr. He's just bought himself a couple of items. A Sheen and a Phage now completed, obviously building towards Trinity Force, I would guess, rather than going Outmogs or anything like that, which is not really ideal. It's more about Trinity Force, so he's going for the damage. Caitlyn with 1,400 on him, so... or her, or whatever you'd like to call him. We know what we're referring to, the summoner or the actual player. Yorick is continuing to push this top here. Backlund is going to come around here. He's going to pop the ulti. He's going to get a flash out of it. I'm not too sure if he tried to proc the fear there, but he did force the flash, so I guess he would have done. Reactions generally tell that there has been an ability like fear put on him. So Nico and Backlund failing in a gank attempt, but... See, you need to be careful here. They've been caught a few times. They have fell behind in gold. They are facing a Baron buff team. And I think, Lleague are starting to feel confident. They've actually come out quite well in these last few team fights. Yeah, they really pulled this one back. I mean, they're now ahead, don't forget, not just in the kills, but in the gold as well. It is still a very slim thing, though. And the Udyr that's 3-0-3, as I was mentioning earlier, no one really getting those kills in a stack, if you like, for Lleague. That's kind of changed now because Udyr is there, and we've already seen earlier on, like level 12, 13, even maybe possibly earlier, how hard it is to kill Udyr, and it's completely frustrating. He could just run around and do basically whatever the hell he likes. It looks like we're going to see that blue being stolen away now. Look how fast that's gone down, and I like that CU aren't really pushing into this one. They can't afford it, in my opinion, to be making any brash moves while this Baron is still up, and it's only just ticked past the halfway mark. So still got a fair bit of time. CU here that they need to be on the back foot, can be farming. Ferrano actually going up to that top lane, and that's gonna. I don't like that decision so much because it's gonna allow Lleague to now move in.
and push this middle turret. We are seeing that they're trying to, with that poke, do as much damage as possible. Nice interception there from Leona to block the ulti from Caitlyn, but Caitlyn is constantly doing that damage to the turret. She actually has that Infinity Edge that Deman mentioned earlier, plus now Dagger, plus Zeal as well. So she's hitting quickly and powerfully. So it's just not a good thing to get caught out there, as actually that trap lands again onto Winner. Surely this is time to get it down. Actually, the Dark Binding is landing on Pillar, but they can't quite get close enough to put that damage out where they need to be. And this is a kind of half-hearted fight going on. Obviously, Lleague are coming out better on it because they're landing these Dark Bindings plus the Piltovers. And almost all of CU are around about half HP. 3 traps down, so they can't even push out if they wanted to.
And they've backed.
And they are going to back away. That doesn't surprise me. I don't think they can hold on to this one. Now they've got Yorick back on. Obviously, that's going to offer them a little bit. But you see 2 of them going home there to get themselves sealed up. This is a definite push situation for Lleague. Maybe they'll even go in for the kills, as we do see the Ash Arrow coming over there. Nico is going down very, very low. Amazing damage. Again, he somehow manages to survive that one. Ulti comes out from Nocturne as well. They are pushing pressure now onto Luftwaffe as more damage comes from Xerath, and he will explode there. Nice little counter push from CU there, and that shouldn't have happened as well, in my opinion. Lleague maybe just going a little bit too aggressive. They were thinking, okay, we've got Baron buff. Well, guess what? Halfway through that fight, Baron buff actually timed out, and it gave CU a massive opportunity. Again, 2 times being hit from Xerath, and they're going to try and have this tower back. They want to do a counter push right now.
Yeah, and it was an obvious counter as well, because, you know, the fact that, okay, we've just forced Leona and Ashe to go back. What does Ashe have? Oh, he has the arrow. He's just going to fire it from base, land the longest stun. It's going to be an instant counter. And the fact they went onto their own tower, it was inevitable. They did take a big chunk of damage off that tower. It's down to just 388 health. And again, we're seeing another counter here. Lleague counter this time. They do not want to dive into them, though, because CU, I think, will just turn around and destroy someone's face. And instead they are going to back off. Yep, so Baron buff worn off. They need to try and steal and control the buffs here, which is what Nico is doing. He's going towards the red buff. Blue buff is not up at the moment, but they are just going to try and force it back. I think they're a little too eager to get that 388 hit points stripped off that base turret. Yes, it would be great, but, you know, buy your time. Don't get caught out by another Ash Arrow. He has gone back. He has got the crystalline arrow up again. He could easily just get shot straight down the middle here. You can see Ferrano and Skarner all just waiting, and Bergson's trying to poke it down. I would not be surprised to see a cheeky arrow flash out in a minute. It's still a 4-on-5. Ferrano has just been sniper shot. They're trying to keep him poked down. Here we go. Now they're into a 5-on-5, and they're going to push onto it. Caitlyn just needs to try and get a couple of shots on towards their. Ferrano is going to be the target, though. Ferrano taken down very low. Does get taken down eventually by Luftwaffe there, and that will be the Morgana. Ulti will go off, but Ashe immediately gets taken down. Nico D taken down very low. All of that coming from Xerath. Xerath pops another one. Pops another one as well. Very nicely done. And, well, Bjergsen certainly extracting some revenge on former teammates. He is on phenomenal form today. He is 6-2-3. He's played very well throughout, and that has just turned things back in favour of CU, despite the fact they lost Baron a moment ago, lost a couple of team fights. They've turned it round, and they're back 14-12 up. They are behind in gold, though, but that's only purely down to the fact they are 4-1 down in turrets.
Yeah, and that's going to be coming to 4-2 here in just a second as they wait for that minion wave to push in. Will they go a bit further? No. And I like the decision from CU. They're not particularly healthy. Those spawns coming in, Udia and Nocturne both in about 5 seconds time. Play it safe at this stage. They've managed to take that advantage back with the kills. They're only 400 behind in goal, let's say. So it's really, again, a super, super close game. But I want to go back to that point again that Xerath is 6-2-3 at the moment, and he is looking very, very dominant. We've seen how much damage he's actually putting out there. Caitlyn's nicely fed in terms of CS here. Now got the Phantom Dancer to add into that Infinity Edge. Also got the Elixir of Agility as well. So, you know, they're gearing up for this Baron fight.
Yeah, it's just literally spawned, and Lleague both put wards down at the exact same time, so they got double wards at the back there. But CU have come in. They did get the ward in time, and they will. Oh well, Winner's about to pick up 50 gold. Oh, don't steal it from him. That's all the gold he gets.
Dude, I'm the support. Come on, I bought this Oracles.
That's what the Oracle money is for. But oh well. And there's another ward placed there, so actually no oracles at the moment currently on League. So they're hurting a little bit from that. So Ravenos could have done with picking up that potion. And doesn't have anywhere near the gold for it. So that is going to be CU starting to gain position. And Brilliance Potion on Bjergsen. Bjergsen charging up there. He's got 444 AP now. So those long range shots and his ulti are going to really be hurting. His CS really is pretty irrelevant, but 210 or 213 for Caitlyn as he just does a peacemaker and picks up a wave. Actually, he's leading quite a bit, 139 CS, so that is a big difference, actually, Caitlyn to Ashe.
Yeah,
but,
if you look at items, I mean, only a Zeal at the minute.
But yeah, but he's got 11 assists, so, I mean, he's getting gold from them. Obviously, Phantom Dancer to Zeal's a big difference, but that is the only difference, and wow, they're actually just giving up on this one. They've got absolutely either no idea that they're going for it, or no idea that, yeah, they've just realised. They're far, far too late for this. CU are going to be coming at them with a Baron buff any second now. Here they come. They can't see them still. Now they can see them. Now they realise, oh, damn, we've gone in too late. They've dived in towards Pilat, trying to take down Ashe. Ashe has actually used the arrow on towards Udyr. Ashe will go down. Looking back down towards the bottom now. You can see that 2times has also taken down Deficio, so he's actually working well for League here, despite the fact they came and joined the party really late. Firano's also going to go down, and that is actually amazingly worked out very well. CU just didn't seem to react in time to that. What was going on there?
Yeah, that was a strange fight. I mean, I think CU not quite expecting that League were going to push them that hard for that one. They also got split off, it's worth mentioning. A couple of the guys running towards the south. It left Ashe up at the top alone, obviously exposed against Nocturne. And that was a fairly easy kill, but that's their own kind of downfall right now. And League are going to clear up this side of the jungle. They've taken Dragon. They're going to take blue buff. Obviously, CU want to play this a bit more defensive right now. This middle turret is something that they've managed to cling on to somehow for a ridiculous amount of time now. Looks like Firano is going to look for red buff. Not actually there. Not sure if someone took it earlier on that I missed. But yeah, they've got their men back now. And this is still, Deman, such a close game. I mean, it's 1,000 gold, give or take a couple of hundred here and there. The turrets as well are helping. It's 14-14 with 32 minutes in. The Barons that we've seen so far, you know, they've not been put all to all amazing use. I mean, League's was certainly better. They pushed a lot harder with theirs. We're seeing Nico actually now going to speed his way up towards winner. Decides to go back. Will they try and catch anyone else out? No. Yorick is actually pushing top as well for CU. And can he take this turret down? Yes. I think this is a dead tower. He needs to be careful, though, because Morgana's not so far away, but look how fast it's going down. Firano will get himself away, and Morgana's come right into the front of that minion pack, so he knows that he should be safe to get himself off. I'm not sure what CU's real aim is right now. They seem to be wandering around a little bit too away from each other. I thought Bjergsen was going to go for a long range onto 2times then, but just wanted it to finish off farming. Yorick does have the Atmogs up and ready. He's just gone back. I'm not sure if he's got anything more to buy there or whether that's just get all full mana, full HP and gear up for what is coming next. Both teams are very hesitant, Demon, to actually do anything right now. They're both sat on their most forward turret in this middle lane. Yeah, and of course League are going to be very happy they've just got back into it. Despite missing the Baron fight, they've sort of stormed the way into it. They're obviously sitting, they have to win this game, and CU don't really want to take it to a third. 500 euros up for grabs. It is the Go4LoL October monthly. Yes, that is October, despite the fact we are nearly in December. These things happen. And generally it's actually our fault that these things get delayed as well. We wanted to cast it, but we just don't have time, so delay it for 2 months, please. Yes, if you don't mind, you can just delay it. So, yeah, so don't blame the admins or anything for that. It is generally our fault. But anyway, 34 minutes in, like you say, it is 100 gold between these two teams, which is about as close as you're generally going to get it at this stage of the game. Darkbind is flashing past Furanu's face. And again, very, very tense stuff between these two. Still, that 100 CS difference between Caitlyn and Ashe is actually quite huge.
It's a lot of gold involved there. 325 for Caitlyn, 0-3-11 for Ashe. Obviously, Ashe got a lot of assists down in that fight down by Dragon. Really helped out very well. Played very well there. But Caitlyn has got that last whisper completed now, so he's going to really be punishing. And with Udyr playing the way he is, he's starting to be very aggressive. Has got that Trinity Force doing a lot of damages, the old man bear pig. And Nocturne is literally stuck to his behind everywhere he goes. That was really what turned it around. Ashe obviously got picked straight off there. Ping's immediately going down, trying to catch out Deficio there. But he's going to back off with Skarner. I think, you know, Lleague are in a pretty good shape here. They've got good damage, they've got it spread evenly. It was obviously an issue to start with, but now that we're 47k gold into this game, you can see everybody's spread gold-wise is fairly even. Caitlyn has got 11k compared to Morgana, who's obviously 10k. But yeah, I mean, their damage, their items, it is all spread very even, and it seems to be working very well. The fact that Nico D is just causing a problem for them, they don't really have anything to answer him yet at the moment. Firano has not quite got as fed as he had. Has completed outmarks though, it's important to note, so we'll be doing a lot of damage. Can they catch anyone out there? No, they weren't, because they spotted the ward. Oh, Winner just got caught out though. Walks straight in towards the trap, and Ashara has been popped straight off. That's going to be Nocturne diving in. Whoa! Look at the damage straight away. Winner also almost taken out there. Firano going taken down very low. Firano just about to be popped off. Winner hanging on by a thread. Nico does take him down. Backlund comes around, actually goes towards Bergson, switching back down towards the bottom here. There goes Deficio. Deficio did get a kill onto Caitlyn as well. That was a 4-for-1 though, so Lleague really worked very well there. They can take that middle turret and inhibitor. It's only on 300 health though, and that will be a very easy pickup. And really nice initiation from Lleague there. All triggered from Winners just stepping on the landmine, as it were, or the cupcake, whichever you like to call it, in the middle there. The Caitlyn trap triggering it all off. Caitlyn was the only one to go down, but really they threw everything at him to get him.
Yeah, and the worst thing is that the initial focus, the initial, you know, brunt of the damage actually went in onto Nico, which, you know, you can't kill him. He's completely pointless to waste so much of your abilities on trying that one. And I think by the time they reacted, it would have probably been better to let Leona just die and run the hell away from that fight rather than taking it. It was a bit of a horrible position as well, especially when you've got the likes of Nocturne, who can just jump over the top of the walls with his ulti anyway. And yeah, not the best of situations. A little bit unlucky as well, to be said, to see you. But they are now back with 5 guys, and let's see what they're going to do, because Baron can't be too far away now. Want to buy a timer, please?
Yeah, that's something that has been actually mentioned as well. That they kind of want. You know, I mentioned this at Gamescom as well, and I obviously clearly got ignored. I said, wouldn't it be great to have a Dragon and Baron timer on here, and maybe even a blue and a red? But I'm not too worried about them. More of a Dragon and a Baron timer. I don't know.
They could stick them in somewhere. Up at the top.
There's plenty of space in the UI just to poke it in there somewhere. But yeah, I can't complain. It's looking very good. And the fact that we don't need to hold tab, so we don't tend to miss the action, although we still miss a few times. But we don't tend to miss the action now that we don't need to sit there with tab covering the screen with a big score screen giving you updates. CU are actually poised and ready, but I'm not sure what for, because there's no blue, there's no... Baron is spawned, Baron spawned. That's what they're poised and ready for, although not that they've gone looking at it. Now they will.
Now they should be doing it for already 10 seconds. But they've got no ward coverage, and that's a massive, massive problem there. Firano just pushing forward. He's going to have a look in this bush, and that's surely they're going to say, do it. Clairvoyance goes down right on top of them, and it's like, okay, so we just wasted 30 seconds there. Baron could have been done by now, twice over most probably, but they're most probably going to lose out on it now. Lleague, you know, they've got, as you can see, they're all glowing a different colour, which means they're all got these pots active at the moment. As Luftwaffe just sits in the bush. Winner is going to move in. They're actually, no, he's not going to take the... yeah, I'm not really sure about that one. And again, look, they put the damage out first of all onto Nico. They're going to change that around. We saw the Morgana go in there. Ulti is actually going to proc, and I imagine a big fat ace coming out from this one. Possibly not. Xerath again good old Bjergsen has managed to survive a little bit longer than the rest of the team. However, this is most likely GG. There's a big wave of minions coming up there. Oh, I didn't even look in the base. It's pretty much GG already. I didn't notice that they were smashing away in the turrets already. But yeah, this is going to be a third and final game. Lleague bringing us back to a tied matchup. And there we go.
It's always what we like to see as well. We love to see the best of threes, get to 3 matches. And really well played to our Lleague, because it was looking a bit shaky at one point. They did manage to come back to it. I think they were around about 7-3 or 7-4 down at one point. It could easily have snowballed in the favour, but they just managed to get a couple of ganks out there. Xerath got caught out in the middle there, Bjergsen did, which obviously, you know, as an ex-teammate, it's always going to be nice to do that on. But really, overall, good stuff. And they actually managed to handle Yorick, which is the first time tonight we've seen that. It wasn't convincingly, but once Udyr gets to that stage, once he gets that Trinity Force, once he gets built enough, and more important to note as well, Caitlyn was double almost the CS of Ashe, so that's something that has to be addressed in the next match.
Yeah, that was a real bad thing. You know, I kind of picked on Lleague there, saying that their kills were spread out, but as the game goes longer and it gets into that past 30-minute stage, then it works with them as well, because the entire team had that little advantage. I mean, you looked at Ashe, CS 177 compared to 274, and she's so far behind in terms of the items. I mean, both of them in the end getting up there with the Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer. It came a ton earlier for Caitlyn in the game itself, though. That has to be said. And also Last Whisper on Caitlyn as well. So, you know, it was just not a good situation for that bottom lane whatsoever of CU. But we are going to be going through Deman into a third and final game. And I assume that we won't be taking too much time to get this one started. So we're just going to go to a quick little break. But when we come back, it will be the third game. And, of course, the winner will be taking home €500 plus the championship here for the Go4LoL October finals. Yeah, almost said November. Go4LoL October finals for the EU East and Nordic. Don't go anywhere.